Today's practical is on breeding techniques in Malvaceae. The requirements that is the twig of hibiscus with flower bud, needle, forceps, butter paper bags or polythene bags, brush, thread, and paper tag. While you observe the plant, that plant flowers are a comparatively large, showy, extra-axillary
of flower,
terminal
while you observe the floral biology,
solitary.
there is a
Presence
presence
of pedicel,
of five
epicalyx,
epicalyx, as well as there
corolla,
is a presence of
androsium, and
that sepals. These
gynosia.
are fused one to form a tube, and that tube, which is the persistent one, there are five petals. They are showy one, and they are free. That means they are polypetalous. There is a presence of androsium, and in that androsium, all these stamens, their antherlobes, these are the free, but filaments, these are fused to form a long tube. That means they are monadal first. While you observe the gynosium, in that gynosium, there is a presence of ovary, style, and stigma. That stigma, which is the pentaphed one. While you carrying out the breeding technique in hibiscus, the selection of the flower bud, which is very important one. Just you select the flower bud expected to open the next day morning. In hibiscus, two types of the techniques are carried out, that is the selfing technique and crossing technique. First we will see the selfing technique. In a selfing technique can be done with the polythene paper bag method. In this method, a small polythene paper bag is placed over the flower bud in the evening prior to flower opening, and the flower is tagged. On that tag, that means the labeling is done, and on that labeling you write that is the date of selfing, time, and name of breeder. Then second technique is carried out in a hibiscus, that is the crossing technique. In a crossing technique, the emasculation is carried out in a female parent. For that purpose, you can select the flower bud. It's expected to open in a next day morning. Emasculate the bud in the evening between 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. by hand emasculation. Hold the bud with left hand in a such way to support it with 4 fingers on a back side. Insert the tip of forceps in a bud and push it upwards to part like the corolla. Open the bud carefully. Remove the staminal column with the help of pointed forceps. With the help of thumb and forefinger, just you pull the petals on a backward direction. With the help of pointed forceps, just you remove the anthers, those are present around that stigma. A care should be taken while you carrying out that operation. You should not destroy the stigmatic part or a stylar region. With the help of forceps, just you pick up such stamens to avoid the self-pollination. After removing such stamens, then with the help of that forefinger and thumb, lightly you can cover all these petals around that stigmatic part, and then the bagging is carried out. With the help of polythene bag, you covered that flower bud. A precaution is taken to avoid the selfing and crossing over. Just you log that bag. After logging, you write down the date of emasculation, then time, and then name of breeder on a label, and such a label is tagged with that plant. In the next day, just you remove the paper bag on that flower bud. You can select another desirable male parental plant. From that male parental plant, you can collect the pollen grains. Just you can open that flower bud, and the stamens, those are collected from the another parent. Just you adhering on that stigma or showering such a pollen grains on the stigmatic part of that female parental plant. Just 1 or 2 or 3 times you can adhere such a pollen grains on that stigmatic part, then that part gently covered with that petals. After covering of that flower bud, then a bagging is carried out. Just you open the bag and pull such a flower bud inside the bag, then lock such a bag. A precaution is taken to create the small holes on that bag for aeration as well as to avoid the spoiling of such a flower bud. After bagging, a tagging is carried out. You can tag on a label, write name of 2 varieties, date of crossing, time, and name of breeder.